Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So today we're doing something a bit different. I wanted to show you the hidden modes on the Miele W1 washers with this type of display. Pretty sure it's called the comfort sensor display, if I'm not wrong. Hopefully I'm not wrong. There's 3 hidden modes on this machine, but in this video I'm only going to show 2 of them. So the 3 hidden modes is simulation mode, service mode and programming mode. In this video I'm only going to show service mode and programming mode. I tried to get into the simulation mode just before this, but it wasn't really playing ball. But then again, I did only try twice. So to get into these modes, they are pretty much a similar method. I just want to say sorry if I don't get into the mode first time. Sometimes it can take a few attempts to get into it. It just depends. And I also want to say if there's some settings in here that I don't really know about, sorry. I'm going to try and keep it as limited as possible. I know the majority of the settings in the machine's programming mode, but there are a few ones that I don't really know. Just a bit of a warning, don't do this if you do not know what you're doing. You need to know what you're doing whenever you go into this mode. Some of the stuff on this cannot be changed. If you change some of the stuff that can't be changed, then you completely wreck the whole machine and you void the warranty. So don't be doing that. But there is some stuff in the programming mode that you can change. And then of course you have the service mode. And there's like calibration stuff on there too. This is the main reason I'm doing the video, because I need to recalibrate this machine. Obviously whenever I done the unboxing video, I had the machine in the middle of the floor. Because of the fact that I've put this machine into its space now, and that it was calibrated in the middle of the floor, it thinks that it's still in the middle of the floor. So whenever it does the power wash, if I have like a 3/4 load in the machine, it thinks it's a mini load, and then cuts down the time and doesn't wash well at all. So this is the main reason why I'm showing off these modes now, because the only way to do the calibration again is through service mode. So anyway, we'll start off with programming mode first, and then I will go on to the service mode. So to get into them, you have to hold the start button, close the door. The start button will start to flash. You have to press it a certain number of times and then hold it until it beeps, pretty much. For simulation mode, you do it once. For programming mode, you press the button 3 times and then, for programming mode, you press the button 5 times, and then for service mode, you press the button 3 times. So I did try simulation mode just before I started filming. I couldn't get it to work. I only tried twice though, but it's basically the whole setting of the machine. The only difference in simulation mode is that you can't actually start the machine. So it's basically for like shops, pretty much, so that nobody can turn the machine on by accident and then completely muck it up with error codes or something like that, because obviously it won't be connected to plumbing or anything like that. I do have the service manual on my phone. This service manual is for a WT1 washer dryer, but it's basically applies for these ones too. I think it's an ever so slightly older model, so it is, but the settings and stuff, and that is pretty much the same as this, only it doesn't have the dryer stuff in this programming mode. So to get into programming mode, hold the start button, close the door, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold, and then, there we go, into it. It beeps. So this is your programming mode. The start button will flash rapidly. Obviously if you have like epilepsy, don't really try not to look at it, as it does flash the whole time. Oops, sorry. So the first few things on this is what's in the machine standard setting menu over here, but as you scroll down you will get to some more advanced stuff. So you have language, that's just to change the language. Windows, that's to set what's in each windows and like how much stuff's going in, stuff like that. Degree of soiling, that's to do with the windows too. So it's the default soiling. So it is, so for example, my one's default at normal, you can have a default at light, normal or heavy. Go back, buzzer volume, that can be changed. Right to max. You have keypad tone as well. You can bring that up, turn it completely off, and then bring it up. So we'll leave it at that. You also have your welcome tone too. Again, it's just the same principle. Consumption values, you have previous program. This is for your previous cycle, the machine is done. Total consumption that the machine has done in its life, as you can see, 601 litres, 12.5 kilowatts in just over a week. Then you can reset the function to reset the values, but we're not going to do that, and then back. Code, that's basically a child lock thing on Miele's. You can set it that the machine has to have a code to start the cycle, so that nobody tries to start the machine whenever it's not meant to be started. It's basically like a pin for your phone, pretty much. Yeah. Where we're locked out. Weird. I hope I haven't fucked this up. That's weird, I don't know why it locked me out of that. Okay. That's really weird. I don't know why it completely locked me out of that. That doesn't matter. I need to show it off, don't I? So we'll just pretend that that didn't happen. I don't know why it decided to lock me out of it. That's really weird. But anyway, we'll just do it again. Right, please don't lock me out of it. Go past code, that's just your units for your brightness and stuff. I mean, not your brightness. What temperature units you want to use. Display brightness to display switch off status. That's just whether you want it to switch the display off mid-cycle or not. Basically standby. Program info, that's just about like what it comes up with the load and the name of the program. Whenever you change the program memory, that's to remember the functions of like what you've selected beforehand. Long pre-wash, you can extend the pre-wash for cottons. Soak duration, you can change the soak option between a 30-minute soak right up to like 6 hours, I think. Gentle action is for cottons and minimum iron, it does a gentle action no matter what, basically, rather than doing the intensive actions. Temperature reduction is for high altitudes. If you have that on, the machine won't heat above 80 degrees, I think, something like that. Water plus, that changes what water plus does on the machine. So like whether it's water plus or extra rinse or water plus extra rinse. And then you have the water plus level, you can change it between a normal level, +1, +2 or +3. Maximum rinse level, it basically makes the machine do the maximum rinse level for every cycle. Suds cooling is just a cool down on 75 and 90. Obviously you don't really want like boiling hot water draining down the pipe, so I do have that on. It comes as standard with it off. Low water pressure, that's just so that the machine doesn't cut out mid-cycle with a water fault. If you have low water pressure, it comes with that turned on as default. Anti-crease is just for the anti-crease at the end. You can completely turn that off if you want to, but it's set to do a 30-minute anti-crease once it's finished. Miele at home, that's to connect the machine to the app. And after this is where the interesting stuff gets in. This is the stuff that you cannot access on the main settings menu. So heater rating, do not touch this. Do not touch this setting. It has different ratings in it. In fact, I'll go on to it. So as you can see, 2100 watts is the standard. You can goes up. As you can see, like if you do it on that, it's gonna blow the heater, so it is. So you cannot change that. Maximum spin speed. So this is the machine's maximum spin speed for that it can do. So basically, if you buy a 1400 Miele, you can go onto this setting and change it to a 1600 spin machine pretty much, or you can have it as low as 1000. But why you do that, God knows, you wouldn't. Imbalance sensor, you can change that too. So that's like a sensor on the shock absorbers. I don't think it has that. Some of the models have it, the higher up ones, and then some models don't. And then you have that EZU. There is some things I'm not really sure about, but that's like a sensor on the motor to like measure the speed. So like then if it detects if it's unbalanced through that, through the high and low. So the woo pretty much whenever it's imbalancing. So go out of that. Auto dispensing, that's to do with the twin dose, I'm pretty sure. Liquid internal or off. So these like different ones there. Mains frequency, and that's just about the energy that comes into the machine. I actually haven't seen that one in the manual, I don't think. Steam, that's how the machine does the steam function. I'm actually going into the manual, the service one, because there is stuff coming up that I'm not like entirely familiar with because of like how advanced it's locked me out again. That's the thing with this, you can't stay on it for too long or else it's gonna lock you out. So it is, that's really weird that it's doing that. So you can't just leave it for too long. So like to exit it, you just turn the machine off pretty much, and then you just turn the machine back on, and it'll be back on normal. So it will. So you can't be in it too long, or else that happens. Like if you're not touching the buttons, that's like the first time I've seen Miele do that. But anyway, hold on. Before I go back into it for like the third time, I wanna see Hold on, I've found a thing for the mains frequency thing. So it just changes like for the country. So obviously like in some countries you might have like 50 hertz frequency, and then other countries you might have 60 hertz. So it's basically that. So yeah, you can't change that. Well, you'll break it if you change it. So steam is a setting. You can turn steam off completely, so you can. You can have it set for the heater element, which is the standard on this one, or you can set it to heater element and steam unit. The steam unit is only something that the very top models have, like only 2 of the top ones, not all of them touched ones have it. Only 2 of them do. The I think one that has like the tilted display has it, and then the passion, and like that's it. So I've caught up on my manual, so I have the service manual, so I have. So I'm gonna go back into it again and show you the stuff. Coming up is an intensive flow setting. So it is. I have not really got a clue what the intensive flow is. It was actually something I was actually going to ask about Miele about, because obviously I have my low water pressure, but I believe it's to do with the flow of the water through the pumps. I think it's something like that, and not actually the water pressure itself. I'm not really too sure, and the service manual doesn't say what it is. So anyway, we'll go back into this. Right, hopefully last time. Go back. I can't really spend too long looking at the surface manual, maximum rinse level. So yeah, like all this is on the machine apart from the heater rating and downwards. Delivery head, have not got a clue what that is. It's another thing that's not in the manual at all. I'm not going to even go into that, so I'm not. Auto load control, basically that's the load sensors. You can have it on or off. So if you have it on no, it won't adjust the time or anything depending on the load. So it won't, it says in the manual that's for like the, if they're doing tests or stuff, like for your detergent tests, if they want to do that, they have to have that turned off to get like a fair result. Controlled energy consumption. This is the really interesting thing about Miele. So this is basically the power wash setting. If you have it off, it won't do power wash 2.0. It uses more water. It's more thoughtful with the heating. The heating with it on is all dependent on load size and stuff like that. So whenever it detects the load, it has a certain allocated heating time for it. Whereas if it's off, it doesn't really care about heating time or anything like that. So it doesn't. I'm gonna leave it on as I quite like the controlled energy consumption. Temperature increase. This increases the temperature by 5 degrees on all cottons and minimum iron cycles as long as the temperature is 60 or below. For example, a 40-degree cotton wash will apparently do 45. To be truthfully honest, it could actually be 50 because I noticed with mine, if I have it on cotton's 40, it normally does about 45 with like the water plus option, or at least whenever I've done it on that. Reduce spin speed, it basically just reduces the spin speed. I don't really know why to like reduce creasing. I don't know why you'd have that on whenever you can just change the spin speed yourself. Allergy now. I think this is something I'm actually going to turn on because obviously as you can see I have really sensitive skin, and with my water pressure the machine it doesn't really fill up. Like for the quick, I can't really use the quick. I'm actually going to turn it on because of my allergies. Chlorine bleach, I believe that extends the main wash or something, so it does to like suit for bleach. I'm not gonna be able to scroll fast enough. I'll tell you what that is after, so I will if it's in the service manual. Then we have resonance speed. This is for if you have wooden floors. Obviously, if it's on a wooden floor, the machine will have a point where it will shake the most. If you go into this setting and select say 1300 RPM, the machine knows that's where it's going to shake the most at that speed. So the machine will quickly speed up past the speed to protect it internally so that it's not shaking too much, as that can damage the parts. Type of damper is like the shock absorbers, friction damper. Don't change it. That can only be changed obviously if you change the shock absorbers, but just, yeah, don't change it. Miele at home compatible. That's just about the app, so it is. And then finally you have factory default. So that's to default all of the settings on the machine. And then you have exit. So that's pretty much the programming mode as a whole. Let's see if the times are much different with that on. Let's see what it's like with quick. 1 hour 20. I'm gonna actually try. So the allergy thing, what that does, it adds an extra rinse to cottons, minimum iron, cottons hygiene, and also automatic plus. It also changes things like the water levels and stuff too. So it does to suit for people like me who have really bad allergies. So I am gonna try it with that on. So I am obviously the likes of quick power wash. There won't be like any changes to the cycle there, so there won't be. But yeah, that's basically what that is. Oops, I'm just realizing, of course, the display is showing that it's flashing on the camera. So yeah, so hold on. I was just gonna get to that chlorine bleach thing. So gotta see, so I've got to the allergy thing. So the service manual says this programmable function can be used to adjust the wash process technology to suit the special requirements of allergy sufferers. The following adjustments are possible: additional rinses, higher water levels, rinse spin, different speeds during rinse spinning, door glass flushed free of foam residues, and that's pretty much it. So it says an additional rinse cycle is carried out in the following programs: Cotton's Hygiene, Minimum Iron, and Automatic. So it'll be interesting to see if that changes the water levels a lot. It'll be also interesting to see what Cotton Quick is like. With my water pressure, I cannot use Cotton's Quick on this with a normal load, even like a half full load. It doesn't have enough time to fill up. I would stick it on for the maximum rinse level, but I don't really see the point in using it. I'll see what that's the thing is, like the allergy option, so I will. So what was the last one? I needed to check arms. I can't even remember now. Oops. Hopefully it comes up in the manual. I've been so busy talking about the allergy thing, I can't even remember what I was gonna check. I'm so stupid. I need to wait on the manual to load, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the other programs are like with the with that option on. Please excuse the display flickering. It's not like that in real life, so it's not. I don't know why it's like that on the video, but it just is. So annoying. Come on and load. You know what, I'll be back, so once this is all loaded and I'm ready to show you service mode. Right, we're back. So, of course, the thing I was meant to be talking about is the chlorine bleach feature. So chlorine bleach is basically to turn on a feature to make the water path change to the chlorine bleach section in the drawer. This section is only in American machines, I'm pretty sure the American ones. So yeah, in like the UK and places like that, you can't use that option because obviously the drawer doesn't have a chlorine, doesn't have a bleach space in the drawer, so it doesn't. So now we need to get on to the thing that I need to do, service mode. Reason I need to go into service mode is because of the fact that's the only place where you can actually calibrate it. So, why am I being such an annoying idiot and not having myself at the right place in the service manual? I swear it would be so much easier if it wasn't for the fact I have to literally do this. Let's see, can it focus on my phone? I literally have to do this. I will link this in the bottom of the description, so I will. So that if you want to have a read of it, then go ahead. Pretty much is what I'm saying. But let's see. Oh, I've already run past the accessing thing. Right. I'm just gonna like turn this with the dial to Cottons. I tend to do this like really on Cottons, but from apparently you can do it anywhere on the machine. So you can, you don't have to do it on Cottons, so you don't. But it's just the way I like to do it. Why did I turn my phone off? I'm such an idiot. Radio, right. So to get into service mode, can you see all right? Hopefully. So what I want to do is hold that. 1, 2, 3. and take off. Oh no, actually, no wonder, I think that's why simulation wasn't working. Oh, I'm an idiot. No, it's not that. Press, hold, 1, 2, 3. Keep holding. There we are. So this is service mode. You have different different options here. There's the calibration. That's what I need. So anyway, so you have software version. There's different versions here, as you can see. It's all that, well, that's to me, but I'm sure that it's not to a Miele engineer. Fault memory. Of course, it's new. It doesn't have any faults. Component test, we'll get to that after. Switch status, we'll do that after too. Operating hours, 26 hours in my 1 week use. Controls, I'm pretty sure that just calibrates like, as you can see. Oh, that's redisplay lighting. And then buzzer. So that test is like the buzzer and stuff like that. It's really just test stuff, so it is. So I need my phone for this stuff, so I do. Hopefully it won't freeze up on me. Oh, come on. Zoomed into that and now it's no longer working. So the calibration, that is what I need to do. So it is. I don't even know if I could be bothered showing off the functions, to be honest. But I know that like some people might want to see it. Hold on. Come on. I'll be back. Radio, right, we're back. So I'm not gonna do the switch status. It's different, like float switches and stuff in the machine. We will do a component test. Doors closed and start. I think this might be automatic. Right, so we have different, let us see. Have Y1. So the way it's sorted in service mode, you have these different values. It's completely different to normal machines, so it is. Like it's not the same, so it doesn't actually tell you what it is. I believe that hold on. There's a whole section on this. Where is it? Because there's definitely well, at least I found one. That's it. I just see. I think that's like, that's weird. It's service mode's weird on this. Hang on. Come on, silly thing. There's a chart on this somewhere of like everything. The service manual is a bit weird, so it is. Please excuse me again. Okay, I think I've got like the gist of service mode. Sorry. I don't want it to seem like I don't know what I'm doing. It's just that the manual is a bit weird, so it is. So I think that you have to like press. Or do you? Yeah. Yeah, so that's how you get it to work. So that's pre-wash fill. So you can test that out, so you can. So that tests that. And then that's pre-wash again. Let's see. I think it changes the valve on that one. think it diver changes the valve. Is that the jet? No. Thought that was the jet. So you can see it filling up there. Possible that uses the flow meter. Yeah, I think it does. So that's flow meter test back. And you can. So this is main wash, I presume. Yep. The test mode's just so weird because I'm so used to like Becco's one where you just keep on pressing the start button to advance it through. But yeah, I've got the hang of it now. The last two tests are something I'm not going to check. So they are. So then you can just let that go on. Or of course, stop it. So 0 is off and 1 is on. This is for softener fill. So that'll fill up through the softener, isn't it? Yep, it is. So you can't really see it, but there's the softener jets there. It only fills up through the back ones, it seems. Like, it doesn't do like all three compartments, I don't think. At least to me it doesn't look like it does. And then of course we can stop that again. So we can go back. And then I think this is for the front jet. Could be. It's possible that one of them's for the cap dosing. It's pretty much just the same, so it is. Or maybe that uses the flow meter or something. Show that again. So we've got some water in there. We'll stop it. Back. This is motor test, I believe. Oh no, no, I'm wrong. It's jet system test. I think I'll lower you back down to like my normal video level. So so we have our jet system test going. Of course you can turn it off again. Back. M5. I think that's it heating with tumbling. Or it could just be a tumbling, honestly. In fact, it probably isn't just tumbling. And then M8. Pump test. It's possible this is the spin one, or maybe it's the next one. So I presume that one might have been a heat test too. Probably was. Just that obviously I had quite a bit of water in it. Didn't give it enough time. This is the spin test. So you can change your RPM value on this. That's 400. 500. I'm gonna set you back. Some water came out the jet there. And that's it. So I'm pretty sure that's it all now. That's the drum light test. As you can see, drum light works absolutely amazingly. Turn it off again. And then this is for the twin dose, but I'm not gonna do them too, so I'm not. So yeah, interesting. Very interesting, so it is. I think, so switch status I'm not gonna go into, that's just for like the pressure switch and stuff like that, to test that stuff. Control's already done, calibration, let's see, doesn't change, no 26. Calibration, auto load control. Wait, you can calibrate this selector now? Okay. Right, I need to calibrate auto load control, so I do. So basically with that activated, whenever it comes to me booting up the machine again, it will get me, so exit. So whenever it comes back on, it will act like it's a new machine, get me to do it again, yeah. Open tab and run cottons 90 without laundry. So this is how you do, that's how you get it to calibrate itself again, as you can see. You can't actually change any options on that, so like even if you select like stuff, you can't, it won't actually change anything in the cycle. So yeah, I need to do this now. I will film this full thing now because this will obviously be the last time I ever use it. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching the video with me doing the service mode, programming mode, and of course I didn't really get to do the simulation mode, but it's basically just regular washing, pretty, like, it's just that you can't start it, it's the same as normal pretty much. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed that wee video. Wee bit different, but yeah. And just thank you all so much for watching. Really hope it helped. Goodbye.